Baik. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Saya Mulyoto dengan NIM 19053564613. Untuk paper yang saya terjemahkan yaitu Utilization of Online Programming Performed in Learning Probability and Statistics in the Future COVID-19 Pandemic. For abstract, since the end of 2019, the world is facing a threat from a novel virus known as novel coronavirus, which later renamed to SARS-CoV-2. Due to its transmission characteristic, social distancing is taken as a measure to delay its spread. Everything has to be done remotely, without direct physical contact, except on special conditions. Henceforth, various things have been done from home, including teaching and learning. This paper discusses the utilization of online programming platform in the probability and statistics course, led by the undergraduate program in Informatics in Universitas Samratulangi Manado. Preliminary, at the end of 2019, the world was surprised by the emergence of a new virus, where the virus caused disturbance in the respiratory system man. The virus, which was originally known as Wuhan coronavirus or 2019 novel coronavirus by World Health Organization or WHO, named the Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome Coronavirus 2 or SARS-CoV-2 for short. While the disease caused by this virus is called coronavirus disease 2019 or abbreviated COVID-19. On March 2020, WHO later declared COVID-19 a pandemic. This virus is transmitted from one person to another through contact between humans, droplet, families, and so on. Therefore, to reduce the level of spread, it is necessary to physically limit access to other people with other people, otherwise known as physical distancing. On the other hand, the government is taking steps that further by limiting community interaction, especially in public places, to avoid crowds which can lead to increased spread the virus. These restrictions are known as social distancing. The impact of limiting the physical interaction. This causes people to have to work from home only, except for certain conditions. Unsart is no longer foreign to basic learning internet by utilizing the learning platform in the form of a learning management system. Since in 2011, Unsart adopted an event participant in relation to application of online learning. And in general, Unsart lecturers have mastered on one of the one LMS. However, the officially provided LMS in the Unsart at Learn One portal, which is based on modular object-oriented dynamic learning environment or module for short. Although Unsart is no longer foreign to learning online, but adopt those that existed before the pandemic is in a blend form with a physical present lecturers and students in the same place, namely in classroom. Change in the technicality of the teaching and learning activities result in lecturers as teaching staff have to think about adjustment in order to achieve learning can be achieved. But on the other hand, the protocol health also continues. Research method. Described in part 1, under condition conventional face-to-face student skill will be supervised by the lecturer directly in the classroom. So the result of this work, however, in pandemic situation where everything is done from home, then it become impossible. In addition, regarding content delivery, explanation of the material and implementation in programming language is also a challenging thing, which usually take long time, while in the statement of learning from home. The availability of internet access is a problem that should not be ignored because some students are in the area with stable internet access. Therefore, class and delivery of material should be synchronous so that the frequency of virtual face-to-face can be reduced. Result and decision. The selection of platform and learning design. From the result of these studies, it was found that the application of basic learning module at Unstart has a positive impact for students. When students feel satisfied because they can learn by accessing material without being limited to lecture time or in the order for studying online and synchronous. When structured learning flow with reading material and implementation of access to build program code on the same page can be done using Jupyter Notebook-based platform. Jupyter Notebook alone is a published format for computing formula that can be imitated or executed by other, or simple embedded program code can be executed and modified by other. Due to the reproducible nature of the publication, Jupyter Notebook can also be used to support teaching and learning activities for a course in the field or engineering through Jupyter. To violate mastery and understanding of the material as well as student skill is processing data in semester learning plan per document or RPS. For the probability and statistics course, this is done through assessment. The assessment gives the signal in such a way that students, in addition to use the theory they have learned, also apply skill based on example of data processing given in the lecture material. After that, students recollect that the segment for review lecture. In this assessment, problem often arise due to the large number of students who contract course so we need a platform that allows student assignment to be checked automatically, step by step, not check box, and then the result can be presented to students. Later things currently Jupyter Notebook has a platform that can meet this need, namely Integrator. Integrator is a tool for creating and grading assignment in Jupyter Notebook. Integrator even ability to generate feedback for students, along with points for each step which is done so then student can see where this error is one part that is lacking master. For implementation, material access, student can access content learning provided by lecturer in the online learning portal. Access to this portal done via Inspire for portal. Both lecturer and student if you want to access the user at Learn portal, you must first to log in the Learn portal, then student or the lecturer will select the lecture menu and then the user learning submenu. In the submenu, will display the online classes on the Learning portal online, which the account holder is part of this class. Furthermore, you can request the class that want to access the class in after click login. Then the user will be taken to the main page of the class on the online learning portal. Flow for access described above is shown in figure 1. To go to example of the prepared material in Google Colab, which is inserted in the resource pack on online learning portal. On the resource pack is a filter available in Moodle, where the teacher can enter the material by means of tip directly and will be shown to students in the prompt of a web page. As explained earlier, the Google Colab was chosen because there is a feature to limit access. In this context, access is restricted only within Onsra, or in the word order are only for people who have an at unsat.ac.id for at student.unsat.ac.id account. When the signals are complying a segment, the lecturer must determine the evaluation parameter of as text carried out. Collect student. The evaluation parameter are generally a variable that contains a certain value or data that store the exact result of the line of code entered by the student. The value or data will later be compared with a reference value or data set in the cell of examination. Cell of the autograded test type. Wait for S tag is also set in this cell, so that when a comparison is made between the evaluation parameter of the standard work and the reference value, the numeric system will immediately give a score according to the specific weight based on FPS. A segment collected by student and the result of the examination as well as feedback to student like brother. It can be seen that when on the collected attack student evaluation parameter variable 1.1 is set with true and is solved with false. So in the autograde test case one for 1 and be greater, so the check trigger an error, and the student does not earn points for this evaluation step or parameter. For the conclusion, this time on pandemic, many normal routines are disrupted, including one of the teaching learning process in various levels of education. Thus, it is necessarily a new method and creativity from the teacher so that face-to-face limitation do not hinder the assessment of outcome-based learning. Articles about who is in the teaching and learning process for probability and statistics course at PSTY mentioned her in a time of pandemic by using the online programming platform Google Colab in delivering the material. Google Colab was chosen because of its online available online access restriction feature and program coder that is executable and embedded in a web page for student assignments so that they can be checked massively and automatically without losing the personal natural feedback for each text of each text student. Use and be greater which is a plugin for Jupyter Notebook is the basis of Google Colab itself. With the combination of these two platforms, teaching learning process with evaluation on ability student ability by utilizing limited time programming if data processing can be implemented. Uh, Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.